Hello everyone, welcome to the Wednesday stream of No Man's Sky where we continue to work on the base, and I am going to go ahead and see where we're at on things. So, gonna go where we left off from before. I'm going to ignore what I built over here. I want to finish off, but I think it's more important that we get the first attraction done. Xavi will be joining us shortly, and that will be good. So I'm just gonna take care of that plant there. That way I don't get bit by it all the time. And go from there. But I need to go over here, and I went and did a bunch of resource gathering on the time off that we weren't streaming. So let me actually show you the inventory. As you can see here, I got a lot of pure ferrite, a lot of ferrite, and stocked up fairly well. So I should be able to build a bunch of this out, which is going to be really, really nice. So I'm just gonna get myself over here in the center and go from there. Let's see. There's good enough. So we're going to hit X. I want these rooms go all the way down to the bottom. I want this. I'm going to hit B for the build camera. All right, and we're going to start building. I hope everyone's having a good day. By the way, this Sunday's stream is going to be nice. It's going to be different. It's going to be a City of Heroes stream, but it's going to be a throwback stream, which will be very, very interesting. Just get this to snap right. Let's see. What if I hit V there? Nope. Okay, I'm going to go here. Tired of fighting with the under parts of it. There we go. And of course the mic's gonna get in the way. Now I'm getting rhythm down. And of course, because I said something, it broke. But Sunday's stream, get prepared for a lot of fun. It's not gonna be the usual Warhammer stream. It's going to be something different. And that difference will be very fun. If you guys remember Justice Radio, and I have some really cool surprises set up for that stream on Sunday. And very interesting. It wasn't too late. Hey, you're actually early if you look at the fact that Xavi's not here yet. So,
I've been here. You just haven't noticed.
Been keeping quiet, huh?
And just never mind that I'm still just adjusting a couple settings back.
Still getting used to the change, huh?
When I use one set of voice sensitivity for one voice connection, and I use a less sensitive one for this one, so everyone who's listening doesn't get all the fans in the background.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I bet you we all appreciate that. So
okay, now you wanted me to deal with... Okay, yeah, it's over here. There's something to do with the little power room.
not the object. It's not the object.
I mean, I remember you left off something last time. That you said you need me to actually take a look at from the fine-tuning on there.
I'm not worried about that. I want to get this bumper car arena thing built up. I want to try to keep on track this time. I'm not letting you derail me like you did last time.
And you say that, but
I know what your objectives are. Your objectives are to actually derail me. But see, I've gotten ahead here, and I've gotten myself a lot of pure ferrite dust and stuff like that. So
Cool.
yes, I keep Xavier busy. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is I'm sitting back and I'm in my room and I'm relaxing. As I'm relaxing, all of a sudden I hear Xavier go, "No, wait, B, don't you dare explode on me!" I'm like, I know what they're doing. He's trying to capture one of those bees in Power World.
I was trying to run away from them. I was in no way at the point of being ready to fight them. I was chasing someone across the map, and, well, there happened to be bees between us.
They were just trying to keep you cool is all.
Very strange definition of cold.
Well, it fits with their name. That one I think I'm gonna need to actually get in.
Okay, so why did I just suddenly get a whole bunch of meat out of nowhere? Should I be concerned?
I'm not saying anything. Come on. Okay, maybe if we drop down to here. Nope, that's a bad idea. Okay, I want to delete that one then. Let's go X. Delete that one. And go down here. I'll go C. Let's go V. Oh, that's not going to work. So let's see. There we go. That one was being picky. Coolness is laughing. You don't need to follow me. But see, that's half the fun. You miss some interesting things when you don't follow your friends around. For example, I was playing... Oh, what game was it? I can't remember what MMO it was, but I was playing with a friend from college. And she was sitting there pointing out these cliff edges so we wouldn't fall off. I think it was Star Wars The Old Republic we were playing. And
yeah, I remember it happening in the raid for Old Republic there.
Yeah, and so she's standing at the edge of this cliff saying, "Everyone watch out here, don't fall off here, don't fall off here." We all get by it perfectly fine. She does a 180 turn and walks right off the edge of the cliff. And all you hear from the Discord server is just a shitload of laughing. The one person warning everyone is the only one that fell off the cliff. Just epically good.
Was she also the one that wound up face tanking a bunch of the traps in Dungeons and Dragons Online?
Yes, she was also the one where I was playing a rogue, and it was her first time playing Dungeons and Dragons Online. And I tried warning her that the traps in this game killed. She's like, "Don't worry, I'm warrior, I'm fine." I'm like, "No, it will kill you. Wait until I disarm. I'm fine." Walks right into a trap, dead. Okay, I'll stay behind you when you say that there's a trap. You know, it's just times like that. I mean, when you have someone who has more experience with the game, you need to listen to them. I remember when I was leading a group of new players to EverQuest around. I was on my Shadow Knight. and we were trying to get to a good spot to just camp for XP. We weren't going for anything fancy like the glowing black silk sash or anything like that. And so as I was guiding these people down, we had a cleric, a paladin, a mage, and an enchanter with us. And as we're going along, I let them know, hey, look, while we're doing this, I'm going to be clearing the way and I'm going to be feign death pulling. So do not follow me. If you follow me and I turn around and I see you're there, I'm immediately going to feign death and leave you to your own devices. Stay where I tell you to stay. Do not move, do not follow to see how I'm trying to do this. I will walk you through what I'm doing and explain things in case you want to play a Shadow Knight or a monk. So everyone agrees to that. And we get to a good spot to start pulling. And so I go to do the first pull. And I turn around, go around this corner, and the paladin is right there peeking around the corner to see what I'm doing. So right in front of his face with a group of mobs right on my tail, I feign death. And he sits there and goes, "You're not going to help me fight?" And I'm like, "No, I told you that if you tried to follow me, I would leave you to your own devices. You're supposed to be not following me. That's the whole entire thing for this to work. So you're just going to sit there and die." And he's screaming for the cleric to heal him, to heal me, heal me, heal me. Cleric's like, "Nope, you didn't listen to the group leader. It's your own fault. Everyone else followed instructions. You didn't." He ends up dying. So he begs for a res. And the cleric was like, "No." He's like, look, I'll pay you a lot." And he's like, "Okay, fine. How much do you have?" Now, you gotta understand, this is a level, like level 30, damn it, I misclicked. Like a level 30 paladin. So he doesn't have much money. He has a few plat. It's like, "Fine, I'll take the few plat." And he's like, "Okay, fine. Res me." The cleric reses him on the spot. Pays the cleric the few plat he actually has for that character, on that character. And the cleric then turns around and hands me half of the plat and says, "This is for you for having to put up with that BS." And we led him outside and then kicked him from the group. I clicked the wrong button. So he learned his lesson there. But, I mean, it was his own fault. I need to turn this. All right. Here. Okay. Well, that's going. And so that's basically what happened there. It's just sort of a fun, interesting thing that happened. Yeah, that's my walker. I have the brain in the walker. Well, there's the walker. I got him stuck. Just because they have a brain doesn't mean they're smart. Yeah, exactly. I used to walk 100 miles in the snow, uphill both ways. But yeah, these are actually true stories of things that have happened in my gaming time. You have it. So let's hit B. And they're just fun little stories. I mean, there's times things have happened to me. I remember the same player that walked off the cliff. We're playing Vanguard Saga Heroes. And I'm playing a ranger who has a good stealth. And they all get by the enemy perfectly fine. And I get a little bit behind. And she's like, oh, just go. You're fine. You got stealth. I go. And the next thing I know, I'm dead. And all I'm hearing in my headphones is her just meticulously doing this laugh. She just thought it was funny as all hell. And it was. I wasn't pissed. I was laughing too. Can't believe I already went through 9,000 pure ferrite.
Well, I mean, at 100 a pop, it goes pretty fast.
Yeah.
And why were you wanting to use the cuboids for this again, rather than just the regular flat planes?
I wanted to use the cuboids. You suck. I wanted it for the curve.
Which we can't do.
We can't do. Do you want to start over again? Is that what you're saying? Do you want me to start over and just do metal plate?
It would probably be more efficient. You wouldn't have this giant power sink in here. And we'll probably have enough materials to finish the thing today.
All right. And then I'm going to have thousands and thousands of pure ferrite. Plus it also sync up. And I went fell. Let's go B. Yeah.
At least deleting is a whole lot faster than placing.
Yes. And now my mech's free.
So you hear that discount on CC branded mechs.
Here's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to do this one. This one. Quick delete. At least there's not weight in this.
Yeah, just slots.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's someone who kept screaming for help every time he was carrying just a little too much stuff and couldn't move anymore over in Pal World earlier.
Why would anyone do that?
I don't know, it's a little bit silly, but it happens.
Yeah.
And Coolness is saying he's getting no game audio from you.
Getting no game audio? Audio. Let me check here real quick. The Discord audio. Weird. Give me a moment. That and hide all. There's the Discord audio. Go ahead and say something. I want to see if.
All right. As it's coming through.
Coming through. All right. No game audio. Property. I found out why. Okay, let me know if you can hear the game audio now. I'm gonna start deleting stuff again. But let me know if that fixed the problem. It's the one thing I wish.
I'm hearing it from the stream.
All right, excellent. They need to fix that in OBS. I had it on a different channel for when I'm doing videos so that editing the audio is very easy. And lo and behold, when you have different channels for a stream, it doesn't recognize those different channels. It just recognizes channel 1. So I'm always having to change things out between things being on channel 1 and things being broken up into 3 different channels for the audio.
Isn't there a way to basically just set effectively kind of like a pre-made scene where so you have one scene for streaming, one scene for recording?
You'd think so, but the audio is carried over from one to another.
Okay.
Well, that was quick. And we got this one down here hidden. Got that one. Okay, I think we should make this flooring metal.
Yeah, it may just be a little more convenient. Let's see, 1, 2.
I mean,
So,
just build around from the stone that we have. And
yeah, I've got about 60,000 pure ferrite right now.
yeah, I got a bunch of ferrite. In fact, I need to take my ferrite out. Since this takes ferrite. Yank that ferrite out. Put that there. That there. I should re-up that just in case we need it for something else. There we go. Now I should have enough ferrite dust for that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and given that this then is dust rather than pure ferrite for these things.
I think that's a lot easier, which is why I stopped the processing of the pure ferrite.
Do you have an oxygen collector in the area?
I do not have an oxygen collector in the area. I saw no need for an oxygen collector in the area, considering this is a paradise planet. Paradise planets, you don't have to worry about running out of air unless... Are you sprinting all over the place?
No, but it would be really handy to turn the pure ferrite into rust and then turn that into powder. Because right now it means, okay, I've got 60,000 units of pure ferrite that are kind of useless at the moment.
At the moment, hold on to it. You never know what we're going to build in the future.
Alright. So I suppose I will head back out to the moon then, and...
Ooh, I know why we were doing it in those rooms. Let me check. There is a reason why we were doing it in those big square rooms. There are no full windowed walls. We could... No, never mind.
I mean, once we've got the floor plating down, you can always just make the glass cuboid walls around it.
Yeah, I got a different idea what we're going to do. So I'm going to make the floor and the part where it goes up along the walls, I'm going to make that metal. And then there is a large timber triple window that we can just use to build from. So we'll do that way. That way we're just using up carbon and some glass.
All right.
Because for each one, it's a glass and like 25 carbon.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. So let's see. Back into here, I want metal, not stone, metal. Not the wall, the floor. Actually, because this is bumper cars, we don't even need that ramp up onto the walls.
Yeah, just make sure you've got like a spot or two for summoning them inside the arena there.
That would work. All I'm hearing behind me is thump, 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 thump.
Okay, I've got to say that while the game does look pretty nice cranked up to maximum settings now that I've got the new computer in, it is also turning said new computer into a space heater.
You got water cooling, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the computer itself is fine inside, but it's dumping all the heat out the front right onto me.
Yeah, you being overheated isn't that big of a problem. It's the computer we worry about.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I wonder what's that going to say it's at right now.
every time I hear him mumble, I swear he's trying to plan something against me.
According to that, it only says it's about 76 in here.
That's not bad. Better than what it is outside.
Yeah, and I was actually just thinking, though I have to check to see is it actually raining or not. Because if it's raining, then opening the window means
It's sprinkling on and off. Last time I was out there, it was sprinkling. Not heavily. It's very light, but you gotta remember, it's Oregon. Give it 5 minutes, that will change. Speaking of that, when I was doing the game testing for Microsoft and we were expanding, we had EA had just laid off their entire Florida division and California division of testers, and we hired a bunch of them and they moved to Oregon. The first winter they're were here was funny as hell to me, because I'm just sitting there working and all of them are just hovering around the window for like half an hour, and they're freaking out. They're like, is the world coming to an end? Is the world coming to an end? Reason why is it'd be sunny, and then a few minutes later it'd snow, then it'd be sunny, then it would rain, then it would snow, then it would be sunny, then it would rain, then it would be sunny, then it would snow, and it kept on changing like that all day. I'm like, well, you've heard, welcome to Oregon, give it 5 minutes, the weather will change. They're like, yeah, but we thought that was a myth. We didn't think that was really possible. I'm like, well, now you know, that's not a myth, that's fact. But they were freaking out heavily, and I was just enjoying it.
So apparently sometime within the last couple of days, a bug nest of some type had gotten built between my window and the frame.
Oh, wow.
It fell off when I cracked it open.
That gives you something to take care of.
I mean, it's in the trash now, so.
Let's just hope it's...
And it wasn't rattling, didn't feel like there was anything moving inside. But it was just weird.
Yeah. It was spiders And if April's listening, she's now left. My friend April is deathly afraid of spiders, even in video games. If there was a spider in the dungeon, she didn't know about it, and we were doing this raid on the dungeon, and she saw the spider, she's like, nope, I'm out of here, I'm gone, you guys have fun.
I've been encountering a bunch of people that have some pretty severe arachnophobia.
I don't have a big problem with spiders. I take a look at the spider, and I know some of the details of the deadly spiders, and if I see that, then yeah, I stay away. If not, I leave the spider alone.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it does backfire when they bite you in the middle of the night. That like happened, what, a year or two ago?
Yeah, but...
It's generally not too bad.
Yeah.
Occasionally it's really awful, but most of the time it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not like we're getting bit by anything heavily poisonous around here.
Yeah, it's just kind of painful for a few days, and then just an annoying lump for several more.
For me, it wasn't painful, it was just itchy. It's not like we're in Louisiana or Australia where there's so many things out there that can bite and hurt you really bad. I mean, yeah, we do get... can be mountain lions out here and stuff like that. And you gotta watch out for moose in certain areas. Like when I go up to Fort Stevens and did the ride there, I had to actually hold and wait for half an hour. Just sitting there in the middle of nowhere waiting for this moose to get out of the road. That's the only thing that was causing the traffic backup. Just this moose sitting in the middle of the road, not moving, and everyone waiting for the moose to move on. Because...
Yeah, moose is a critter that it will move on its own time.
Yeah.
You do not want to force it to make a decision.
Yep.
Especially not if you're in a little trike.
Yeah, because if you try to force it to make a decision, the decision it makes is not in your favor.
Yeah. It's like, okay, fine, I'll move. Right at you.
Yep.
Quickly, without stopping.
Yep. I mean, the cool thing is when I was at Fort Stevens, there's a city right outside of it called Warrington. And the moose will literally stand in the middle of the street and people will continue walking around it, giving it plenty of space. We're talking 10 feet of space. But just sitting there, people watching in the middle of the street.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the ones that are more urban are kind of used to people going around, as long as no one actually makes it feel like it's being intruded upon. One time when I was walking to work, about a year and a half ago or so, I'm pretty sure it was a coyote standing in the middle of kind of a semi-downtown section, and this was at like 5 in the morning, so there was no traffic, no one else around. But I'm only pretty sure it was a coyote. I didn't have a clear look at it. So it had pointed ears that were standing up, shortish tail that was curled up, and about the size of a medium cat or a medium dog or so.
Yeah, that's definitely not a wolf because a wolf's tail is down.
Yeah. And I'd be surprised to see a wolf in the middle around here.
Yeah.
Coyotes are a lot more fair considering how urban this area here is.
Yeah.
Go 20 miles in the right direction and yeah, you're out in farmland, but...
And I've cycled through the farmland. It's a great ride to cycle through farmland, especially when you're on a trike, because then your head's not tilted down looking at the road and you're having to force it up to look at things around you. You are literally looking at everything around you. You're going at a nice speed. You don't have to go really fast because you got the 3 wheels. You can just enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery, and relax. You know, when people say a recumbent trike is a lounge chair with wheels, 100% true. Just so comfortable to ride. I remember when I used to do tours on a diamond frame bike. I'm one of the few people who can actually do that with cerebral palsy. I mean very few, because people with cerebral palsy have terrible balances. It took me 2 years to learn the balancing, but I was able to do it. And I remember going on tours with my dad and getting off the bike and my butt hurting and my back hurting and my shoulders hurting and my wrists hurting and my neck hurting and stuff like that. And I got the trike and just was comfortable. I remember I went on a long ride with my dad. And he gets off, and because he's getting up in age, he's in his late 60s. He does the normal grunt and groan as he gets off the bike. And I'm like, bit sore. He goes, yeah, the normal tour cycling stuff. How are you? It's a new bike. You should be really hurting. And I said, no, I feel great. I'm ready to go further. He goes, what do you mean? I said, all of that pain and weight that you have from your body going on is being spread through your back, your upper body and stuff like that. That's what's causing the pain, is all the weight. My weight's being displaced throughout my body, so there's no one point that's pressuring all that weight on. So I'm comfortable. And he looked at me, he goes, damn it, now you're giving me another reason to go get a trike. It's the comfortable long rides.
Yeah, I remember the main reason he wasn't too happy after trying it, if I recall right, was because he had to then figure out which of his existing bikes he had to sell off to make space for it.
Yeah, because my stepmom will only let him have 5 bikes at any one time. And he fought me and fought me and fought me when I said, hey, ride with me. And he was like, no. We're getting this for you because you can't ride a regular bike anymore. It causes you too much back pain. And so no. And anyways, there's not a trike that will fit me. Because he has to order, he's so tall, he has to order custom bike frames. He can't just take a bike from a store and ride it around. He has to light the frame and then get a special ordered frame. Well, the owner of the trike store just sort of smiled and said, pick a trike. And he's like, well, I don't see one of my size. And he goes, the owner goes, I don't care. Pick a trike. So he picks a trike that looks like there's just no way it would fit him. He goes, okay, fine, sit in the trike. He pulls down the quick releases on the boom, pulls the boom out, tells my dad to put his feet on the pedals, does the adjustment, and goes, okay, there. How's that feel? And he goes, that feels amazing. And he goes, is this one of your custom ordered trikes? And he goes, no, this is a default trike from the company. There's nothing custom about it. And he's like, damn it. Okay, fine. We're going for a ride. So he picks the exact same trike I chose to ride, which was a one of the best full suspension trikes out there. And we go riding. And we get back, and we got these big grins on our face, and he looks at me and with the smile, and then all of a sudden the smile turns into a frown. I'm like, what's wrong? And he goes, I liked it. I really liked it. I want to get one. And I said, then what's the problem? And that's when he told me that my stepmother will only allow him to have 5 bikes, and he's trying to figure out which of the 5 bikes to get rid of to get a trike. I think it's funny how we went to go get me one, and then he's debating on getting one for himself.
I thought you'd actually already had yours by that point.
No, this was the first time I had ever ridden a trike. I mean, I'd seen them because when we lived in the 2-bedroom apartment, there was a guy that had a trike. I asked him a bunch of questions. And he rode the trike not because he had any issues. He said he rode trikes because they just looked fun. He got to try one out and got hooked. And, he has a bunch of diamond frames. He's like, yeah, I have all these diamond frame bikes here, but my favorite ride to ride is this trike. because you're low down to the ground, so it feels you're going faster than you actually are. And when you are going those 40 mile an hour, 60 mile hours, oh man, you want to talk about an adrenaline rush. If you're an adrenaline rush junkie, that will do it. And the look on people's face when you're on that small trike that's low to the ground and you're keeping up with traffic, amazing.
There's been more than a few times the cops have pulled you over just to talk about it.
Yes. That is very true. I get pulled over all the time by the cops to talk about it. I've actually gotten them to ride it when there was a huge group of them near a transit center. And one of the bike cops asked, about it, and I said, it's a fun ride. And he goes, I don't know. I'm like, you want to give it a ride? And he goes, I can't. I got this bike right here. And I said, look, you got 5 other cops in this area right here. Several cop SUVs. You can leave the bike here. Plus, on top of that, how much did that bike cost the city? And he goes, about $500. And I said, for what the price of my recumbent trike is, you can get 5 of those trikes or of those bikes. And he's like, oh, okay. He asked one of the cops to watch his bike. And it's like, okay. He goes riding around. He comes back and he's got a big smile on his face. And he's like, damn it. Now I gotta figure out a way to get the police department to buy some of these. These are so comfortable. I said, police department's not going to do it. And he goes, and he's like, well, why? And I said, because you can't curb hop. And he goes, yeah, true, it'd be impossible to curb hop. But how did you know about curb hopping? And I said, because I'm the one that taught the police department in the area. My dad used to be a chaplain, and he worked closely with the police department in where we lived. And when they started converting over to having bike cops, they needed to get some good training, but couldn't get one to help them out. So my dad mentioned me and how I've been doing curb hopping and stuff like that, and taught him how to curb hop. So next thing I know, I'm sitting around a group of 20 cops showing them how to bunny hop and jump their bikes and stuff like that so that they can catch bad guys on their bikes. Okay, just gotta get a bunch of carbon here.
Yeah, there's a few forests nobody needs.
Yeah, I'm cutting down forest. Well, hey, at least I'm not playing No Man's Sky or PAL, so PETA's not going to come after me.
Oh, can't you hear the trees? They're screaming shortly before they explode into elements.
Yep.
Apparently that's the thing over on the Steam forum. This is various, oh, you shouldn't be playing this game. It hurts the animals, and then people just feeding right into it with, no, they're not real animals. You don't have to worry about hurting them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but it's not a game to them. It's like that. It's like, guys, it's obvious he's doing a bit. If it bothers you, just don't interact with it.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I saw a post like that of video games with animals where you harm them is making you be sadistic to animals and not an animal lover. And then one of the people responding to it just responded with a picture of them playing one of those games with one hand, and the other hand's reaching over and petting his cat. Like, oh yeah, I'm being really violent to my cat here. And that's sort of the problem I have with some of this stuff, especially some certain sects of politicians. I don't vote for a certain set of politicians because they are against everything I like. They're against heavy metal. They're against video games. They're against Magic the Gathering. They're against D&D. And it's like, okay, if they're trying to shut down everything I enjoy and a lot of people enjoy and bring entertainment to their lives and it's not hurting anyone, why should I vote for these people? It's none of their business. So I don't vote for those people.
Well, I need to see if chat is just quiet because no one's talking, or if it's because my chat froze.
I don't know. Mine's the same
no
way.
one's talking.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's because no one's talking. But hey, we got each other to keep entertained.
And the VOD watchers eventually.
Yeah.
So about how much is it per floor plate in dust?
Don't worry about floor plates. The floor is completely done.
So I've been out here mining up ferrite dust for, the last 20, 30 minutes for what reason then?
I've been out harvesting carbon so I can do the walls. I even mentioned to you I need to get more carbon for the walls.
And you said carbon. I just didn't hear you say why you were looking for carbon. I figured you were just running out of fuel or something.
Oh, oh, that's epically good.
Yeah.
I feel so much better.
Glad my misfortune brings you joy.
And I just did a PETA violation. Just took out an animal.
It happens. If they didn't want to be turned into meat, they shouldn't get in the way of the mining laser.
They didn't get in the way of the mining laser. They went and tried to attack me. They were trying to eat me.
Oh, well, in that case, it's a clear violation of the natural order. You should have let yourself become lunch.
Should remind that to the people. That, I mean, I can understand, being humane to animals. I can completely understand that. And I totally agree with that. You shouldn't be cruel to animals, but you protect yourself. Mm-hmm. Anyone who says, oh, well, you shouldn't be screaming at that mountain lion that's trying to eat you. What? Excuse me?
And it's a sure sign of someone who doesn't live where mountain lions are found.
Yeah, well, I remember in the local news, I remember a woman that was about to get attacked by a mountain lion who was out running, had her phone with her, was listening to music, unplugged the headphones, and put on her hardest song she could find in her playlist, which was a Metallica, I believe it was a Ride the Lightning song, and just cranked up the volume and hit play, and it starts off really, really hard. I don't remember exactly what song it was, and it scared the holy living shit out of the mountain lion, and the mountain lion just ran away.
There, see, heavy metal saves lives.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Get back to building. Now watch, I'm gonna run out of glass. I know at some point in time I'm gonna run out of glass.
I mean, it tells you how many you've got. Yeah, that's a...
I can build 70 some odd.
So what do you actually need me harvesting at the moment?
Probably some carbon.
Alright.
Considering I'm low and had to harvest out a bunch myself. I mean, I cleared out a whole entire forest. Which actually, speaking of which...
Just ran out again.
I just ran out of carbon. But we have the whole entire first wall around it completely done. I'm working on the second wall. Or second level of the wall. I'm probably people watching are probably going, he needs carbon. Why is he attacking that plant? That plant's not going to give him carbon. That plant's going to give him oxygen. Like, yeah, I'm attacking it so I don't get jumped by it later on. Carnivorous plants are not fun.
Well, and I think of all the games you can play. Keep Away, Tag. They don't chase very well, but hey.
They don't chase at all! What do you mean they don't chase well?
They're just very, very slow.
A movement of 0 is not slow. A movement of 0 is no movement.
How certain are you that it's fully 0 and not just very close to 0?
I sense you making a game here at some point in time that's going to do that, where all the trees are just really, really slowly moving. I can just see it now. It's next to this forest. They go to that forest 2 hours later. Where's the forest? I'm not seeing the forest.
When you thought it was a forest, but it was really a colony of ants.
Yeah. Those are some big ants then.
E-N-T-S. Ents.
Oh, ants. I thought you said ants. That or your mother has a lot of sisters that can move trees. I just thought of that. It's like, wait, there's two meanings to ant or ant. So
I had one who was pretty good at doing glass work.
that's sand, not trees.
Yeah. Forest would look a lot more interesting if it was all crystalline, though.
Yeah. Well, I remember every summer my mom used to take me to the coast, and we always take the same route. And the reason why is we take one route one way and another route another way. And the route we would take in, we'd stop off and watch this professional glass blower just make his products. And it's cool seeing how that's actually done.
Mm-hmm.
Actual natural glass blowing. No major devices other than the kiln. Everything else was just like an actual metal tube and stuff like that. It's just really, really cool. And then on the way back, we would stop off at this one restaurant every single time. And I remember when I had moved out, my mom wanted to go to do a sort of a go to the coast with me. I said, okay, but we can't do our normal route. And she's like, why? I said, because you'll be embarrassed of the stories you hear from the owner's granddaughter. She's like, what do you mean? And I said, well, me and my friend Laura sort of went to the restaurant and were hitting heavily on the waitress and didn't know that the waitress that was serving us was the granddaughter of the owner. Oh, one of the friends we were hanging out with immediately got embarrassed. We need to leave. We need to leave. We need to leave. This is wrong. It's like, what?
It's a high-risk move. If it works out really well, then hey, discounted meals. If it doesn't work out, then banned for life.
Yeah, we didn't get
coin.
banned. I'll tell you that. But we also didn't get our meals for free. So there was no loss, there was no win. I had prepped to do so much stonework. And yet again, here's Xavi coming in, derailing the entire plan. We're not talking like getting me to go do something else like the last stream. We're talking about destroy all of the work and rebuild from scratch. I mean, come on, really? Now watch, I'll get all the way built. And I'm going to hear from Xavi, well, you know, we could. There will be about 2 minutes of silence on my end. And then you're going to hear Xavi go, ow, ow, ow.
I'd say we're fairly evenly matched.
Yeah. I am wondering if chat's actually frozen up. I'm not seeing any new chat messages. Last one I have is from Coolness. Xavi, can you do a check on that? And see if it's an actual chat freeze or not, just by refreshing. Nope, nope. Okay, excellent. Nope, it's not. I bet you anything, it's Coolness and Dave and the viewers just keeping quiet to watch me freak out. Something broken, is something broken? What's going on? People were checked out, they're not checked. What the hell? Did I do something wrong on my end? See, I don't know about David or Daniel, but I have a feeling that's something that Coolness would do and get a total kick out of doing it.
I couldn't possibly comment.
Yeah, you got that whole entire NDA thing. Coolness better be paying you well to keep the secrets.
Unfortunately, terms of payment are also under the NDA.
Well, hey, at least now I know that there's some form of payment. Man, these trees don't give much carbon, do they? What I find is interesting, I'm getting more carbon from the small trees than I am the big trees.
Well, I mean, there's more of the small trees, and they go down faster, so...
And my mech is sort of ruining my whole entire shot. I'm sitting there mining a tree, and what does my mech do? Stands right in front of where I'm mining.
Oh, must have a cat brain in it.
Yep. Still a design I have to do.
Oh, the cat at the tabletop game?
The tabletop one, and I have one where cat's in front of the monitor or dog's in front of the monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I keep on forgetting I have that Sentinel pet out. It freaks me out every so often because it comes into my eye view and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta stop mining. As well, the Sentinels will actually go after you if they catch you mining on any of the planets.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, I gotta stop mining. Oh wait, that's my Sentinel.
See, now that's when they get clever and they put it in a sentinel that looks like it's friendly, but it's actually just there to narc on you. It never attacks you directly, so it never turns hostile, but it still reports everything.
Yeah. Well, you never know. It could. That's what the Sentinel pet could be.
Mm-hmm.
Reporting everything to the Sentinels. How much carbon do I have? Okay, 8,000 or 800.
Oh, I'm currently at like 6,800. Of course, I'm also going in the exocraft instead.
Yeah. So well, my mining rifle is really good for what I have. I could pull out my other mining rifle, which would be insane. Go ahead and meet me back at the base.
All right, let's take care of this forest here real fast.
Actually, what I should be doing is taking the silicate powder, turning that into glass. Well, we're doing that. How many pieces of glass? 2. Yeah, definitely need.
It's starting to run out.
Yeah. So as I'm traveling over here, it can be making me glass. Again, I'm running along a path where there's just, for some reason, a bunch of carnivorous plants. So I do a jet jump, land, and I do a perfectly good landing, but I still take damage because I land right next to a carnivorous plant. Just not right.
And pirates.
You're shitting me.
As engaged pirates.
Okay, that's it. Let's get Shadowfang out. That's one thing that I miss from Starfield. Is having the ship that I have in Starfield.
Yeah, I was into that one notorious one, so people would just run away rather than fight you.
Oh yeah, I'd warp and they're like, oh my god, it's the Mantis or whatever. And then they would go to get away. Got that one. Any others? There we go. Let's fly back down to here. Oh, that's the freighter. Where is base? There's base.
Yeah, if you go towards my signal, I'm basically over at your platform.
Yeah. I'm flying over to that area now. Come on. I'm hitting the stop. I hit the stop. God. That's what. No! That's not what I asked it to do! I flew right through a mountain into a freaking landing pad spot. I was gonna smack into the mountain there for a moment. It's like, oh shit, my head actually jerked away from the monitor. I think I was gonna smack it.
So, CC and air travel, not a great combination.
I'm a great pilot. It's not my fault that the system read, oh, there's a landing pad over there. We're gonna go through the mountain and land at the landing pad. She can't see. See, there's a difference there. And I know what that is. It's Sean Murray code saying, let's fuck with controlled chaos. Let's freak him the hell out.
And you know you've made it when the developers are trying to troll you.
Yeah. And of course, because I mentioned that, if they ever do listen to this, they're probably gonna go, that's a good idea.
Yeah. New Sean Murray emote, middle finger.
Yeah. Damn it, no, I won. The mech shook the screen, and when I clicked, it clicked at a point when it moved the orientation while I was trying to place. My damn mech decided to do a jump at the wrong time. Oh, apparently.
Alternately, at perfectly the right time. Okay, you said you need carbon. Well, have a full stack.
Cool. Got any glass?
I actually do. Not much, but 6 pieces.
6 pieces is better than none. Yeah, I remember when it used to be when people just thought the only way you could get glass was by getting those what was it?
It was some
plant.
water-based one, I think.
Yeah, a water-based plant. And then it was found out, no, you can just take silicate. And people for the longest time had been throwing away all of their silicate.
Yeah.
You know, every single one did what I did. Son of a...
Okay, so I've got some more cooking.
Okay.
And I will go over a few hills beyond, just to not hopefully be out of range of the base here. And I will just... Oh, that mountain looks like you could use a few tunnels through it.
Hey, and we can always use the... actually, no, we can't, because if the terrain readjusts itself, we then lose and have to dig out whatever part of the theme park.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going a ways away, so we would know that would reset. And summon Minotaur.
There we go. Getting there, it's getting there, it's getting there. If I don't misclick. And I did it again, damn it. Thing is with the screen shaking, it also makes my cerebral palsy react. So since the screen's shaking, my hand shakes a bit, which makes the situation even worse.
It might just be worth going into your Z menu or your X menu and just telling your Minotaur to take a little break for a while.
Yeah. What is life without a challenge? How high up should we... Yeah, I'm gonna do 3 levels. You think three levels up should be good enough?
Yeah, and that's about how high you were looking at making it before.
Yeah. And considering we're already an hour in, I'm working on the 3rd level of this thing. I'd say we're doing good.
Yeah, amazing what sort of progress you can make when you're using the right sort of building structure.
Hush! I was using the right kind of building structure. It was just more expensive. Now they're getting a lower quality version of that. So if people have problems with the quality of the build and the materials, that's not Controlled Chaos's fault. That's Xavi's fault. I was going to use the expensive build materials.
Look, do you want the park now, or do you want the park in 3 years?
Hey, it takes 3 years to build a good park.
And who said this was going to be a good one? I mean...
So you like making terrible games?
Oh! There is a certain charm to them.
What was that?
There is a certain charm to them. And I had a friend who had actually used to just hunt down some decent concept games, but just so incredibly janky. They were painful to play.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still kind of actually fun to do it, just because, okay, a couple friends and you kind of jointly suffering together with the entire thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's sort of like how Die by the Swords combat was. It was really hard to get good at it because your attacks were based off of your mouse movement. Because your mouse moved your sword arm.
Yeah.
But funny as hell with the other mechanics.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure it's on Good Old Games. So someone who's actually good with VR development, that would be a great game to make a VR mod for.
Oh, yes.
Because imagine that with modern motion tracking.
Yeah, that would be so amazing. And that's the one thing that upset me when I was working on a Kinect game. We got put onto the project mid-development. And the statement was, we cannot make any corrections on the game. We can only mention bugs that are in the current game. We can't add and improve the gameplay. And it's like, oh, I so badly want to adjust and make the sword fighting in this so much better. Because it's like, oh, you could literally have really cool movements, be teaching people to actually how to correctly sword fight. Right? For defense, because Aikido, that's where I learned my sword play from. And lo and behold, couldn't do it.
Yeah, there's one that I was working on as well. It wasn't mid-development. It was basically still back. Effectively, they were still working on the vertical slice, so we were in the early prototyping stage. Because I think it was actually one of the first major Kinect titles that they were trying to make. And the core gameplay of it was unfortunately very bad because it would cause RSIs to all the testers.
Oof.
So for anyone not familiar with the term, that's repetitive stress injuries, because you're doing a very specific motion somewhat vigorously over and over and over and over and over and over, which is not a healthy thing to do. And I mean, several of the secondary modes that they had, they did great on. And they were actually more fun than the primary gameplay. But because they couldn't get around the problems that they were having with it, they eventually just had to scrap the whole thing, and I'm pretty sure it is never to be spoken of again, which is why I'm not saying what franchise it was from, what company was involved, or any of that other stuff.
Oh, I remember that one. That was the one I was supposed to be brought over onto. Because they knew I was a fan of the franchise. And the testing history, and I was looking forward to being on that project. And I remember the lead calling me up and apologizing, and saying, sorry, it got canceled. You're not going to be coming back for that. And he was looking forward to it too.
I mean, the whole team was looking forward to it. It's just, if they could have fixed that one little problem, and the entire reason that was a problem was because they were doing purely visual tracking. If they had something like a modern controller, like what you'd see on the Index, HTC, the Quest, any of those, it would have been a null issue. It would have gone perfectly. And they could, if they were willing to go back and revisit it, it would work perfectly with any of the modern VR systems that they've got. But I think because it's kind of a black mark in their development, they don't want to admit to it. They don't want to revisit it.
Yeah.
And the main company involved, I think, has basically stepped away from VR entirely. They don't even want to address it anymore.
And that is very true. Because there are some companies where they're just like, yeah, we had an issue with this. We're not going to try again. Here's the thing. The way I look at stuff like that, yeah, you had an issue with it. You had a problem with it. But if you think you have a solution, give that solution a try. See if it fixes the problem that you've been having. If it does, then you could have a success on your hand.
Unfortunately, it's probably corporate politics at that point there, where it's okay, this now has a stigma attached to it, so anyone else who's going to go after it, they're going to have to beat that stigma and put their own reputation inside the company to risk.
Yeah.
Which again is unfortunate. I mean, I can understand it. 'Cause I'm at the point where, I mean, I can somewhat understand corporate. I can speak it decently well. I just really hate that I can.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm the same way, you know, and that's one of the things is, and if we end up building a full-fledged studio where we have several employees, it's not going to be corporate. It's going to be
legally it will be because that's
yeah
the safest way to run it. But as far as it's being run, yeah, no, it's not
how it's
going
actually
to be
being
that
ran. Yeah, it'll be, oh, you're not feeling well today. Okay, take the day off, get better. You know, the way you're viewed is not by how many days you're in the office actually working. It's by how much of your work has actually gotten done. Were you able to meet the deadline requirements? If you're able to meet the deadline requirements, then when it comes to doing things like raises and stuff like that, okay, yeah, you get your raise. If you're missing all your deadlines and stuff like that, and you're not able to turn things in, and you never really get things done, then, well, guess what? That's your fault. You're getting fired. We need people who can actually turn stuff in. And, you know, I see any bosses playing favoritism of one employee over another employee just because they get along. That manager's not going to be a manager anymore, pure and simple in my eyes. I want managers who are going to promote and recommend people based on the quality work that they do. Nothing more, nothing less.
All right, you need more glass?
No, I'm good. But we may need it later for other projects.
Well, because we've got another full stack cooking, and I've got 14 pieces already prepped right now.
Cool. I'm putting on the roof right now. I'm
All
just
right.
throwing a wooden roof on this. No,
I've still got the majority of my carbon over there,
yeah,
so.
I was thinking of doing a stone or a metal roof, and I realized, well, it's being held up by wooden walls. If this thing collapses, don't want the actual roof crushing them completely. Of course, I think I'm not even halfway done with putting the roof on. So if you have the wooden panels from the wooden set, you can come and help put up roofing.
Of course, one thing I think that you may have missed with this whole place here,
Hmm?
an entrance.
I'm getting to that.
I was just going to say, once we seal this up, you're going to have to break some of it down to get out of there. Okay, we're going with the flat timber roof? Okay.
It's the cheapest, it's the easiest, and will allow us to do a level above that to create
Okay,
something
so-
interesting.
All right, that is not flat timber roof then. That is timber floor panel.
Yeah, timber floor panel. Okay, in many games and creators, this is a... You can use floors as roofs.
Yeah, I'm just saying that when you said use roof, that is a completely different model.
A floor is still a roof. Just depends. Are you on the floor below it or on the actual floor?
You're now imagining a 70s style prefab with shag carpet on the roof.
I so want to 3D model something out like that and do a survival game where you get something like that. So you can just shag carpet walls, shag carpet roof, shag carpet toilets, shag carpet bathtub, everything shag carpet.
And I've seen the pictures of the carpeted bathrooms, and those are just cursed. I'm sorry, but anywhere where you're expecting water to go, use tile.
Yeah.
Don't use carpet. Don't use hardwood, because that's just going to get soaked, and it's really hard to get dry. That's what tile is for.
Yep.
Then you use hardwood for things... hardwood's kind of more for the public areas, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then carpet is for basically the personal rooms. So of course, the real question here is, do we care if all of the wood is going the same direction or not?
I'm really not caring at this point.
Okay.
I just want to get the damn thing done. And people aren't going to be looking up at the... If people are... When events going on, there's a bunch of bumper cars stuff going on. People are paying attention to the roofs. The people who are doing the bumper car stuff are boring. People are like, ooh, look at that roof. Well, people are trying to bump everyone around in bumper cars. There's something wrong.
I mean, maybe someone just got launched. And then, because of weird physics glitches, they get embedded in the roof.
Okay, I'll allow that. If something like that happens, then yes, we will need to change the roof. But at this point in time...
Yeah, and these panels are so much less fidgety than the cuboids were.
Yeah, I think they need to make all of the building stuff work like this. In fact, that's what the video was talking about today that came out. Talking about how they could improve the building capabilities in No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm. And it's not the worst out there, but it's far from the best, unfortunately.
Yes. But I came up with solutions to fix that. Add in the upper left side while building a location and or location and rotation boxes to fill in with numbers.
So basically like a gizmo you'd expect from most 3D modeling programs.
Yeah, in fact, actually in the video, I literally took the gizmo boxes from Blender, cut them out, and pasted them in the video over the video to show what it would look like. And said, do something like this. It'd make people like me who have disabilities that make it really hard to build to be able to build amazing things, and those people that are already building amazing things would build even more amazing things.
And also, especially once you've got a more robust system in there, you can basically, like, instead of like what you're doing right now, like, okay, panel by panel on it here, just get an alternate mode where it's, okay, you're currently placing the start corner, then you go out, and then it'll just automatically anchor everything together into a rectangle, and all right, now you're placing the finish corner.
I think we're the only ones that are doing something like that. I haven't seen a survival game that does that. I know one of our games does that. And it works really, really well. Of course, it's going to have to be all redone.
Yeah.
Question is it being redone in Unreal or Godot?
I think because of the customizations that we're going to want to do with it, I'd actually go for Godot on that one.
Okay.
Just because we'll be able to fine-tune things a lot better.
Does Godot, is it C# or C++?
Either.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's advantages there. This is like Unity. It's C# or Java.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Unreal,
it's basically like
C++.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's like most of the main scripting languages, but definitely the C's in there.
Okay, so let's see. The doorway here. What doorway do we want? Not an arch. No. We'll do that one. There's your entrance. Are you happy now?
Hey, one entrance with nothing indicating that it's the entrance until you get close, so...
It works! Jeez!
Hey, if you didn't want someone being picky, you shouldn't have had a tester come join you.
Yeah.
Kinda neat with the bubbles all trapped in here.
Yeah. It works! Oh no!
And this is the point where I tell you that weeks ago I put the high grip tires on this thing just for this circumstance.
Haha, knocked you over. Okay.
I'm landing 2 down each time.
I got you that time.
Oh, that was a no stand into a wheelie.
Okay, I see a fix we need to make. We need lighting.
Yeah, that would help.
Okay, so let's get out. Lighting. So.
Alright, so we're probably going to need power up on top of this thing.
Don't need power. We can pull power from the storage center that you distracted me on building last week. And we can just put the lights up. I need ceiling lights. What ceiling lights? There's only one. That's a lamp. Stop playing.
Chris, do you have... Is there something we can use as basically a relay tower, or are we just going to have to string batteries along between here and there?
Probably just string batteries. Okay, so we have options. We have tube lights, we have lanterns, and we have a ceiling light. The tube lights are... I can't be a carbon. So that one costs that much.
I guess part of it should be, okay, see just how much space it'll light up there.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting to say maybe those lab lights would have kind of be more floodlight-ish and cover more space.
Yeah, I'm playing around with them right now. So there's one. There's another.
Okay, I see. Added a whole bunch more solar panels than I saw when I first got over there.
something's wrong. Oh, that's... Okay, I am completely out of carbon. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire those up at least.
Well, let me give you about half mine. I deconstructed all my condensed carbon, so I've got
Okay.
a couple thousand pieces. Over here. Turn around.
Turn around. Where are you?
Right by the knowledge stone.
Okay. Well, I was actually going to hook up the wiring.
And that's where I was going to go, and I would just drop the carbon off here, since you have the blueprints.
Okay, so I'll continue building the different lamps.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
That should be at least enough to figure out what looks best.
Yeah. Okay, let's go here. Here was it? Yeah. Those. That was what? 3 out. Out. Any others? Nope. That's all the ceiling ones. Now, so we just need to hook them all up.
I was not expecting that.
What?
I think they may have removed the length limit on the electrical wires.
Oh, yeah?
'Cause I've got one going over from the power station all the way to where I'm standing here at this corner. And it claims it's valid.
Okay, so I just need to hook from there.
You know, I mean, that's going to be a... Well, you're going to put down a wire invincibility spot anyway, right?
I'm going to connect from there. I'm just hooking from your wire.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the ceiling light there does not actually reach the ground. That one doesn't reach the ground. That one...
None of them are reaching the ground.
Well, I mean, in that case, we may want to go with just the...
I got another idea.
I was going to say, like, just take the basic white light decoration and just stud the floor with those. Because they're low enough, they shouldn't really mess with the handling.
Oh, I can't do that on this because it didn't build it with the cuboid rooms. Damn it. Because the cuboid room would work great for this. Because they actually have a really bright light for the cuboid room. What would happen? I'll go here. Go here. It's gonna take this, that, this. What if we just do? Right next. Let's try that. Here to here, here to here. No?
Okay, so each one of these basic ones lights up. Not a huge amount of space, basically about a block or so.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, go here. Eat that one. Have a
Though, it occurs to me one thing that may help. Let's see.
What the hell?
Huh.
there's a Carnivorous. Okay. Go up to your lamps that you place down in the corner over here. Walk over each lamp.
There's a plant under one of them. Well, nothing happened to me.
Liar. What the? I scared it off. That's what it is. Okay, I have another question.
Yes, what I was just thinking of was, I mean, I'll use up more glass, but timber framed glass panels on the roof. Maybe not the entire thing, but space them out.
Mm-hmm.
And that should let some light in.
Yeah.
Because even when it's night, then
So let's go ahead and destroy what we built lamp-wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you took care of some of the ceiling too.
Yeah, things are being picky with trying to get these ceiling lamps to disappear.
Yeah, their hitbox is weird. There we go. There's one.
Okay, I'll let you get those. And I will start destroying. I can start hitting right buttons.
Okay, that's what you basically you have to target the little stands where it attaches to the roof for those lights. That's annoying.
I'm floating in midair. Oh shit!
And now you're not.
No, I'm still floating in midair. I just made a mistake in deleting. I got delete happy.
Oh, you took out some of the floor.
I took out some of the floor.
Yeah, put that one back. And some of the wall.
I'm fixing it.
Some more of the wall. Yeah, I think if you're wanting to take out the... Okay, some more of the floor.
There we go. Ow.
I was going to say, I'm thinking if you want to take out the roof, it's probably better to do it from inside.
Yes, that's why I dropped down here.
And I was thinking, like, rather than going full wholesale destruction on it there, like maybe try like every 2 or every 3 with a grid and see how that looks for lighting.
Yeah, every other one. Let's try that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start here. Okay, so we got that. So I'm going to go Z. This one. Just do like a checker pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how much that floor lit up now. compared to that darkness over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it also helps that we're coming on midday too, so there's just a lot more light available. Yeah, I mean, to save on glass, maybe also just try it with like a every 3 rather than a strict checker.
Okay, so here. Almost right there.
Yeah, so like we'll put that one there, then tilt these back.
So have a space of 2 wooden between each. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we'll give that a try.
So let's see. I hit the wrong one. Oh well.
Okay, so just from this corner here, right, it is leading to some interesting shadow patterns.
What do you mean interesting shadow patterns?
I mean, like, if you go about where I am, we have got some decent coverage there. I just got to fill in the rest of that roof over there real fast just to make the lighting a bit more consistent.
Pouring this. Okay. Okay, there, we fixed the roof.
Yeah, I mean, so when you get far enough away from the windows, it gets kind of... I'm not sure how much of that is just old lighting or not. Let me see what switching to camera mode does real fast.
Good idea. Let's check with camera mode. Nope, still keeps that lighting.
Yeah,
I think it's just trapping the old lighting.
Yeah, it's getting some fairly harsh shadows there, but
yeah,
is that good enough, or are we going to want to go full?
I think that's good enough. I'm going to continue with what I was doing.
All right. Okay, so I will go ahead. I'll just knock out the 2 counts, and then you can go ahead and fill them in.
Okay. I need to do more glass.
I'll come over to where I'm standing.
Glass. Give me a moment. I'm setting up to get more glass myself.
Oh, there we go. We actually are already here. Well, have a stack.
Okay.
Have a partial stack. There you go. You got all my glass.
Okay. Oh, wow. Good stack.
Like I said, have a stack.
Here, we want this. There. Start filling in the gaps.
And it's a good thing you made it the size you did, that we have just... We are very nearly... We are one row off on that side. If we're doing the every two. So do you want to expand out that entire side by one, shrink it a little, or...
I was alternating things. I think what we're doing is fine. Doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical.
That's just heresy.
I shall do. There we go. Here.
So I suppose if we actually just moved all the rows over by one on there, that would still get its symmetry.
You do the work. I'm tired of building and tearing, building and tearing, building and tearing. You do the work.
All right, haven't you heard? Build and tear until it's done.
I mean, we're almost done here. Make sure I didn't miss any. Someone missed one. I got it.
And that row wound up off by one.
You got several rows that went off. You went off somewhere. There we go.
Ah, okay, there's there's this one that went off. Me.
Hit the wrong key. This. Somewhere you went off, and this is really messing with my eyes, man.
I think it was just this one row that had gotten somewhat messed up, but it's almost back to normal now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start filling in the gaps like I was.
That's good. That's good.
There's that.
So wish this build camera had an actual fly up and fly down control rather than just forward, back, and left to right.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm not using the build camera. I'm walking it.
Mm.
And okay.
Last row.
Okay. We need more glass for the last row. Last 2 rows. We're gonna need a total of, let's see, is 1 glass per. We are missing the. That one's in, that one's in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 14 pieces of glass.
Well, I've still got some silicate. Let's see.
Yeah, I have 5 silicate on me.
Well, I've got 2,400 silicate, so it's saying I can make up to a full stack here. So I've got that chunking away.
Okay. Because we're almost done with this. And with that in, this is actually looking a lot better. Light-wise. You can actually see a lot better. We're almost done, but not completely done. So while you're waiting for that to chunk away, do you have the pattern for the glass roof?
Yeah.
Okay. Finish up the glass roof. I'm going to go outside and finish working on the stands.
Okay.
I want those in stone. Shit. I need silicate power for the stone. Okay. How much glass do you have right now?
I mean, at this point, let me get back out of there. I guess do stop processing. Dump that back in. All right, I've got 15 pieces of glass.
Okay, you'll be able to finish the roof off.
All right. I'll come over to about where I am, and I can get you the 1700 silicate.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to run over here. And I'm going to destroy the silicate and ask him for more silicate. I mean,
Well, at that point, I suggest you could try melting down your Minotaur.
I'll just ask him to melt down yours.
Mine's already done its fair share of mining silicate. It doesn't need to sacrifice anymore.
Ooh, idea.
And now just a quick test to make sure these actually are all filled in.
That works. Back to here. Right there. Ooh. Idea. Roof. That. Back up. Here. Check out the corner I just did.
The inverted ramp. Nice.
Yeah, I just thought that'd be a good way to handle the corner.
Mm-hmm. And I just need to deal with these plants growing through it here.
You already got the glass put in?
Yep.
Okay. Doing a quick test. Here's tinker. And you can still see the entire arena. Okay, that works. Here. Another one. Get my character to align correctly. So, this. That. Oh. here. A little bit off, but that's okay. That works. These stands are gonna be cool. That's what it's gonna look like. Ooh, let's get rid of that. There we go. That extra roof piece that we didn't need.
Ha. Yeah, I cleaned up the corner a bit. You had some terrain sticking through over there, so I dug out a very small portion to keep the people in the front row seats from having plants tickling them during the show.
Hey, extra entertainment. You get tickled while watching the show. At least you'll be laughing no matter what. Okay, let's click that, click that. We're gonna hit G.
Okay, an interesting thing. So I don't have to have the recipes as long as you have one piece down, because I can then just duplicate it.
Cool.
Except, of course, now I'm out of silicate. So that's all I can do for it.
Still, we're getting there.
Yeah, the next time we do a mass structure, it's just, okay, you put down a sample of each, and then I can expand as long as I've got the resources.
Yep. I mean, this is the base plan for right here. This is the full thing that I'm looking at doing. Right there. And probably would be better go here. A wall. And a wall. Nothing with glass. I'm tired of dealing with the damn glass.
Short stone wall might be nice.
I got
It's
a
more
better idea. I got a better idea. Put those walls up. See? Do something like that. All along the outside. Metal walls.
Okay.
So that way there's a mix of metal, wood, and stone. But the actual arena itself is completed.
Yeah?
All we have to do is create the stands.
That's some pretty good progress there.
I'd say that's great progress. We actually got the bumper car arena and tested out all done. So, I mean, this is going to be a boring part. I think offline I want to work on some of this and get this finished offline. And what should we work on for the next building? I want people who watch this in the replay, who are actually watching the live stream now, comment on the replay or comment now. And because I go through and watch the end of them in case I miss anything. And let me know, what kind of building should we make next? A racetrack? Should we make some kind of other kind of building, like maybe a food court or something along those lines? Let me know in the comments. I want to thank you guys for watching. Anything you guys you have to say, Xavi?
I mean, thanks for coming by. Hope that we'll be able to get this open to the public here soon. And everyone gets to laugh at CC having to tear the entire thing down just one more time.
You got another change, don't you?
Well, no, I mean, today we did it one more time compared to like three times before on there.
All right. Well, you guys all have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.